What's up, folks? We're here at Neat Coffee interviewing the owner, Allie. We're gonna learn about her story and how she got into owning a coffee shop and all of that. So, first up, what is your background? How did you get to this point of owning a coffee shop?
My love for coffee kind of started on a trip to Uganda. I got to visit a coffee farm there and kind of just blew my mind where coffee comes from and every bit that's involved into getting the bean off the tree to your cup. And I just loved hosting people and creating space for community and people to connect. And so when we moved back to the US back in 2011, I decided I wanted to own a coffee shop or start one up. And so I worked in 3 different coffee shops over 4 years and kind of learned what I wanted to do, what I didn't like about the industry. Yeah, I just kind of went for it, and that was almost 10 years ago. So,
what's the biggest lesson you've learned during that time, sort of the ups and downs of all that?
I think just personally, I've learned to not get my value from being a business owner. I think it was a big journey to separate myself and to kind of like see Neat as my job and not as my identity or kind of take over as my main focus in life. There's so many beautiful things that come from it, and I'm so grateful.
Interacting with the people that are coming in, how important to you is that when owning your own coffee shop?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think for a while I was trying to, there's always just so much to do when owning your own shop, and I kind of got stuck in the weeds for a while, and it wasn't until the last couple of years that I realized, no, actually part of my job is connecting with guests and with my team and really pouring into people. If that's not what I'm doing, then what's the point? So yeah, I think for me, a coffee shop is all about the people, all about the connections that happen. And secondly is like high quality coffee and food. But most importantly, it's like making people feel seen and giving them space to connect with each other and or just have a break from their day. But yeah, I think that's just so needed in this day where people are so lonely and mostly connecting online. It's like so important to have a physical space where someone knows your name and knows your coffee order, and maybe it's just that quick connection in the morning or in the afternoon that kind of just helps fuel you throughout the day.
That connection, that's what made me sort of fall in love with coffee shops, and when I go in, that's what makes me certainly keep coming back. Now, you mentioned sort of obviously life can be unexpected. You visited a coffee farm and that inspired you to chase this dream of getting into the coffee business. So what advice do you have for people who want to chase their dreams, want to start something and pursue a passion in their life?
I hope to inspire people to chase their dream. Like if I can do it, anyone can. And it's not going to be easy, but pursuing the thing that you're here on earth for is like so important. And so finding your passion, chasing that dream, it's about like showing up every day and working really hard, but then also taking breaks and knowing that you're putting in the hard work while you're there so that you can kind of have that separation between and a work-life balance. I don't think there's ever a perfect balance, but I think finding other people in that industry who you look up to and kind of getting to know them and getting advice from them. But yeah, it's about those relationships, and yeah, it's so rewarding to chase that dream and to do the thing that you're here to do. I think, like for me, it was so important to work in those different coffee shops before I started my own. So yeah, I think it takes a lot of grit and just putting the work in and the time to learn that thing, and then to just, it's kind of nice to not know exactly what it's going to require of you, because I don't know if I would have ever taken the risk if I knew what all it would entail. But yeah, I think it just takes it takes grit, it takes showing up, doing the work even when it feels hard, but also enjoying life and not making it your only focus or your only value.
Yeah, of course, and I love that message of grit, working really hard for that long-term goal, and pursuing something that makes you feel like you have a reason, to be here. I really like that message. And obviously, you're around coffee all the time. So what's your go-to coffee order? What do you love to drink?
I mostly just drink a black coffee, but I like to try different specials that coffee shops create. I love going to Hopper and Burr in Santa Ana. Their black coffee is always incredible, and then they're always making really cool things. They're like scientists over there.
Yeah. And then just to wrap it up, your favorite drink from Neat, what you think Neat does best, and then if you had to choose a coffee shop that you like that's not Neat, what would it be?
I think one of our specialties right now is the Shakerado. It was fun one day just coming in and seeing my team drinking this shaken up oat milk espresso with sea salt and maple, and tasting a sip and saying like, why is this not on our menu? So the Shakerado is something that I always recommend to people, or just our black coffee or espresso. That's like the best way to just taste what we offer, and we do just try to highlight the coffee beans and the roasters that we purchase from. And then, yeah, like I said, I think Hopper and Burr in Santa Ana is probably my go-to. Their Nico drinks in the winter, spring are delicious.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We think your story is inspiring, and what you're doing for your community here is really incredible. Guys, make sure you check out Neat Coffee in Costa Mesa. They're the best.